Hello guys, welcome to part 5. I'm not sure if this will be the last part. Maybe there will be 1 or 2 more. But since I finally have a nice day where there's not a lot of wind and not a lot of sun out, since it's getting hot now, I am going to weld. My plan what to do today is weld this little corner up and I bought some diamond plate aluminum. That way I could step in this section. I also need to add a little cross member here for more weight, that I can support more weight up here. And then I'm going to weld up this little, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but like a little rock slider, like step thingy that's going to go right there. But yeah, that's what I have to do right now. What I did off camera was I welded this guy up. That's all finally done. Welded this guy up and I primed them both on both sides. That's all done right there. Okay, so I installed the front cap. Here it is right here. I had to put a piece of aluminum trim down there to finish this edge off. This is the trim that's gonna be up here. It's kind of a pain in the butt to put these screws in, but they worked. All I'm missing right now is the other trim there. I ran out, so I don't have enough. But all that's done on this side. Same thing. All I got to trim out, like I said, was these 2 corners and the bottom. And then I'll be all good to go right there. Come around over here. I didn't really do much. I installed the bottom of this pantry right here. And I'm in the process of installing this this divider that separates the kitchen from the second pantry. If you come back here, I was working on the door. I installed the latch because I didn't have one. Finally got it to work here. It all works like it should. And it closes and locks perfectly. What I ended up doing right there was getting a piece of angle iron and cutting it and making a hole. That way it works, because the one that I had going right now was this and it really wasn't working. So I just came up with this and it works pretty nice. What I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna drill holes and then put some bolts through it. That way I don't have this exposed edge on the inside. But yeah, and then I insulated all these beams. I'm waiting for this stuff to cure. Then I'm gonna scrape it off and insulate the sides. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys right now. Alrighty, so it's been a couple of days since the last little part you just saw. But let me bring you guys up to date to what I've done so far. I installed a diamond plate here. I finished off these fenders. Sorry for the wind. It started to come up right now, but I installed up here. It's pretty sturdy. I can stand up on top of it like I wanted to. I installed these lights back here. These are all wired and everything's ready to go already. I already took it through the inspection, so it has plates and a title now, which is good. This is ugly right now. I just put it there just to get it through inspection, but I'm going to remove that and trim it out and make it look nice. These mud flaps as well, I'm going to buy new ones. Those I just had laying around, so they just had to do for right now. But as you can see in here too, I finished insulating and installing on the walls. What I am in the process of doing right now is I'm going to sand these walls down a little bit. Then I'm going to paint them with some paint that I have just to see how it looks. And that'll just be for now. I installed the trim up there. I'm going to paint over all this trim too, so it's all right. I got that trim done there as well. Let me take it to the other side. There's the other fender, exactly the same as the other side. Everything's all good right here. The front, I got the piece of trim. It's kind of ugly, to be honest with you, but I mean, for right now, for what the tools and the resources I have, this will have to do for right now. I also installed and wired up all the trailer brakes and everything works. Everything's good to go. But yeah, let me bring you guys back to right now. I'm gonna finish what I'm gonna do right now. Like I said, paint the front, paint the inside. I mean, I'm gonna try to use some stripper to remove all this paint, see how far down as I could go, and then that should be it for right now. Oh, also I want to finish this little section off with some more diamond plate. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys right now. Alrighty guys, so a lot more work has been done since I last did a part. It's been a couple of weeks. I've been trying to shoot videos as I go, but some of the ones that I shot were in the wrong direction and I just didn't like them. So I'm scrapping those and I'm walking you guys through what I've done so far. But anyways, this side right here, I stripped the white paint off. I was gonna go down to bare aluminum, but it already has this paint and I want something for the primer to stick on. So I'm gonna leave this side done how it is right now. What I'm gonna do is just go through it with finer sandpaper. That way the primer sticks to it better. Back here, I'm still sanding this part down. Back here, this side is all the way down to bare aluminum. This is the side I did first before I decided against going down to bare aluminum. But this side will still work. I have to just sand that one too. The interior, this is how it's looking so far. I had originally painted that back wall with Rust-Oleum primer and paint, but since the aluminum was like this, you could still see the white bleeding through. So I didn't like the way it looked. So it looked very blotchy. So I scrapped that idea. And then I found this wallpaper that I had laying around. It is vinyl wallpaper with cloth in the back. They use it in commercial applications like hotels, etc. But anyways, I was able to glue it on and it looks a lot better than the paint did. I did all the walls and the roof. It's still a little dirty. It's the adhesive that comes off once it dries. I just have to wipe it all down. But I did everything and then I started to trim out right there. That's going to be the access hatch for the front. And then I trimmed out right there, and those are the cable hides for all the wiring that's going to go down the wall, and across the roof there will be another one. But yeah, this is the way it looks. It looks a lot better than the aluminum did. You kind of could still see the creases in the aluminum. That's because it's layered over each other, and the little dots are the screw holes. But that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, so at the moment right now, what I'm trying to figure out is I need to fill in this little channel, and then I need to box off and enclose this little section. That way it's all one flat wall and it looks a lot nicer than this. I also need to do that because I need to prime this whole camper, and I need to prime these walls too and the front, so I want to do it all together. But yeah, I'll check back in right now when that is done. Alrighty, so the bottom compartment is done. This side is basically done. All I have to do is just trim out the corners and the edges. Let me show you guys what I did. So I basically boxed in this little corner here. I made 2 compartments. And then this is a small compartment basically, just so I could put maybe extension cords, rope, etc. Something small will just be able to fit in there. But this compartment connects with this one. But as you can see, that's the wiring for the lights for the right here. This is how I did it on the back side. I added some insulation. I mean, not insulation, some weather stripping there. I still have to finish off this corner, then use some RV silicone around this corner there. And then in order to get this piece into place, I had to cut it in half. That's why you have this here, but I'm gonna put some sort of trim there that hides that line. But yeah, the other side, I ran out of material, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. Maybe it'll be a different type of material, but the other side will be exactly like this. So there's no point in showing you that. But this will do it for this part of the build. On the next video, I'm going to paint this. I'm going to finish off the inside, run the electric, and have the kitchen done. And then that will be basically it for this camper, and it should be ready to use. If you guys like what you guys see, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.